Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. And the lights come up, and I see the light that you are. It's so great to have you join us this morning. A very special day. We'll look forward to a powerful message from our dear Rev Nicole Merges, and some amazing special music from the delightfully scrumptious Mindy Dillard. We're going to start right off with a song we'll sing together in the theme of reaching higher. Everybody's got a seed to sow. Please sing along. 1, 2, 3.
Some people quietly reveal in the manner of the meek. Some people shout the way they feel to a radical degree. But let me tell you about one thing I know. Everybody's got a seed to sow. Let your heart of hearts take you down the road. 'Cause everybody's got a seed to sow. Everybody's got a seed to sow. Some people sing it to express, while others hear another call. Some people speak with subtleness, some don't rely on words at all. No. But let me tell you about one thing I know. Everybody's got a seed to sow. Let your heart of hearts take you down the road. 'Cause everybody's got a seed to sow. Everybody's got a seed to sow. We are all pieces of the whole, with different feelings to evoke. Giving distinction to the role, different players, different strokes, yeah. Let me tell you about one thing I know. Everybody's got a seed to sow. Let your heart of hearts take you down the road. 'Cause everybody's got a seed to sow. Everybody's got a seed to sow. Some people walk, some people race, some bury their pace. But love will use what you will give. Surrender to your state of grace, yeah. And let me tell you about one thing I know. Everybody's got a seed to sow. Let your heart of hearts take you down the road. 'Cause everybody's got a seed to sow. Everybody's got a seed to sow. Everybody's got a seed to sow. Everybody's got a seed to sow.
And welcome to everyone here in person and all of you joining us online. My name is Sue Gardner, and I affirm that all people are welcome here at our spiritual center. The practitioner doing the reading and prayer this morning is Farrell Zeman. The practitioner holding High Watch is Hildreth Ferris. At High Watch, Hildreth will be holding our service in sacred space and sanctity for the speakers, the musicians, and everyone who takes part today. Our center is a spiritual community that teaches a philosophy for daily living based on spiritual principles and practices that are universal among religions. We honor all pathways, by which people seek to know the divine. And we work on our individual consciousness so we can help make the world a better place. I invite you to say the following vision statement with me. The Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living is a thriving community where individually and together we embody and express our spiritual magnificence for the highest good of all. Our safety precautions for the coronavirus are the guidelines put out by CDC. They advise that given the rising number of COVID cases in our area, it is time to wear a mask in the building at all times. We have sticky labels for participants who want to define their comfort level for greeting each other with a hug. The green ones say yes, and the red ones say no. And if there's no sticky label, then just, it's like maybe not now, or maybe later, something else. What else? Where do you get them? Oh, okay. Our theme for the month is reaching higher. The topic for this week is when the road gets rocky. Today's speaker is Rev Nicole Merges. Next week's speaker is Reverend Linda Brewer. If you are looking for more information on our center, our website is a great resource. There are videos from past Sunday messages if you should happen to miss one, and there is information on the activities we offer, as well as information on our center leadership and our practitioners. You can also sign up to receive the center newsletter there. The website address is www.spirituallyfree.org. There are 3 great activities coming up, and one of them is already underway. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the series of classes in September, October, and November on the 4 Agreements book by Don McGee Ruiz. The classes are provided virtually on Zoom, facilitated by Reverend Myrna Hurst. Although the class has already been held, the first class, you can join in anytime. They are held on Thursdays from 6:30 to 8, and there's a sign-up sheet in the lobby. The second activity is a Sunday workshop to be held on October 3rd. So that's Sunday afternoon, 2 weeks from today. It will follow the morning service here. The title is The Power of I Am, and it will be facilitated by Reverend Al E. Benjamin. She will be our speaker for that Sunday as well. During this workshop, she will help us tap into our authentic power to create the life we were born to live. Lunch for everyone will be provided by the center before the workshop. Reverend Allie embodies the teaching she facilitates, so mark your calendar for October 3rd. There is a sign-up sheet in the lobby. The third activity is a Taizé service on Wednesday, October 13th, and this is a sacred service that is non-denominational. It will be held here at this center from 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. A Taizé service is a deeply spiritual experience which for 80 years has brought together people from all cultures and denominations. In these challenging times, a Taizé service can bring peace and equanimity to the world. And I have one additional announcement to make that I was just handed this morning. Hildreth Ferris is having a meeting to reconvene the youth ministry. Well, this is pretty exciting. It's today at 12:15 in the youth room, which is on the other side of the lobby there. So all those wanting to support this activity, it starts at 12:15 today. Our ministry is founded on prayer. Our prayer practitioners have completed 2 years or more of sacred training in affirmative prayer. If you would like a practitioner to pray for you or someone else, you can put a request in the prayer box in the lobby or make a request on the website. Now, I invite you to go inside as we prepare to hear a reading and centering music before Farrell Zeman leads us in prayer.
My reading today is from Stillness Speaks by Eckhart Tolle. And it has to do with attention, which was happening with me. When your attention moves into the now, there is alertness. It is as if you were waking up from a dream, the dream of thought, the dream of past and future. Such clarity, such simplicity, no room for problem making, just this moment as it is. The moment you enter in the now, right now, with your attention, you realize that life is sacred. There is a sacredness to everything you perceive when you are present. The more you live in the now, the more you sense the simple yet profound joy of being and the sacredness of all life. So I surrender my ego and settle into that power and presence within me. I take a deep breath and I settle into that oneness, the power and oneness of one with all that is. And in this space, I give thanks for this congregation, for this moment, for this place of being together as one, united in our sacred spirituality. I give thanks for the breath of life that flows through us and the consciousness that alerts our mind to those things that we must embrace. And so this is a prayer of gratitude. I'm grateful for the air that I breathe, for the sun that shines down, for the daily life that we live. I'm grateful for this congregation. I'm grateful for the very breath itself. And so claiming that into being for every single person here, I simply give thanks, as together we say, and so it is.
Thank you, Farrell. It's been a marvelous week for me. I hope you had the same experience. The weather changing slightly. I had a chance to visit my mother in Colorado, and the bolder blue sky was perfect, as well as the temperature and long walks and great conversations. We talked about the theme. I had a chance to talk with my mom, who is not specifically or distinctly a religious scientist or of this philosophy, but she's a very wise soul. And I felt so blessed to spend that little bit of time with her, just one-on-one. I can count on one hand that has happened in my lifetime. Both of us pretty busy, and several other siblings and grandchildren, and the fact that she lives, a good day's trip away. But that reaching higher, as we'll hear today, does have some rocky roads, some stones, sometimes boulders in the way. But I was so grateful that the reaching that I did last week had to do with just allowing myself the time with my mother. Sometimes it feels like a huge effort just to make that commitment to spend the time. But it was a self-caring thing to do. So I encourage you to be mindful of that no matter the boulders in our way, sometimes reaching is letting go. It's setting aside things to be in the present moment. This song we'll sing together is called I Am Here. Let's sing along.
Joy, peace, and light. God is love.
Thanks for singing along. It's always my pleasure to introduce our special music, and today we bring back one of our favorite guests. This is Mindy Dillard, the amazing songwriter, singer, and teacher, and giver of many good things. Let's welcome Mindy Dillard.
Hi, everybody. So I'm Mindy Dillard. If you don't know me, I know a lot of you, but I know there's some people I don't know out there too. Well, I got really inspired with the theme for today, and as the people running the service have been talking about it, I got even more inspired, and I was thinking about the idea of the rocky road and about how if a road is rocky, that doesn't mean it's the wrong one for you, right? That's like something I think that can be hard for me, is if it's hard, it's like, oh, but is this the right path? But no, it might still be the right path. It might just be hard, because sometimes the things that are right for us are hard. So I'm going to be sitting with that, and also the idea of how being present in the moment. And the other day, my husband Craig and I were talking, and he brought up the moon rising, and we were talking about how many times do we get to see that in our lifetime? And we realized, like, it might just be 20 times we see the moon rise, And that made us both stop and be like, wow, we really want to savor all the moments we have together, and also the moments that you have a realization that you have found a road to go on. Even if it's a difficult road, it's good to listen to those moments and maybe start that path. And I actually want to share with you all, because every time I come, Rick gives me such a beautiful introduction and says all these wonderful things about me, and I just want to share a little bit with you about a new road that I'm on now that has been really hard for me to get on, but is the right one, which is that after I had my two sons, I have two little boys, I realized that I needed to be working in women's health. And so I'm actually in nursing school now up at the university. Thank you. And so my goal is to work in women's health, maybe as a nurse midwife one day, and women's health nurse practitioner. And so now it's a hard road, but I'm there, and I'm integrating my musical self, which is also important and also a big part of my vocation, but I'm integrating them and seeing how they fit together. So, all right. So whatever road you see before you, I wish you well on your way. This is called 2 Little Feet, and it's by Greg Brown. I got 2 little feet to get me across the mountain. 2 little feet to carry me away into the wood. 2 little feet, big mountain, and the clouds coming down, clouds coming down, clouds coming down. John Muir walked away into the mountains with an old overcoat, crust of bread in his pocket. We have no knowledge, and so we have stuff. Stuff with no knowledge is just never enough to get you there. It just won't get you there. Culture exploded into knickknacks and memories. Eagle and bear trinkets, well, I don't think it's good. Oh man, what am I trying to say? It's a messed up world, but I love it anyway. 2 little feet to get me across the city. My little hand to knock upon your door. My little thing for your little thing. And a big love, lift us up once more to the mountain. Lift us up.
Trample us like scree, let us holler out our freedoms like a wolf across the valley, like a kid lost in a game. There's no time, no name, there's no time, no name. Gonna miss my plane again, gonna stay here with you, baby. Gonna kiss you to a good dream. Gonna kiss you like you like it. Gonna kiss you like you like it. I got 2 little feet to get me across the mountain. 2 little feet to carry me away into the wood. 2 little feet, big mountain, and the clouds coming down, clouds coming down, clouds coming down. And the clouds coming down, clouds coming down, clouds coming down. It's a messed up world, but I love it anyway. It's a messed up world, but I love it anyway. Wanna say it? It's a messed up world, but I love it anyway. It's a messed up world, but I love it anyway. 2 little feet to get me across the mountain. 2 little feet to carry me away into the wood. 2 little feet, big mountain, and the clouds coming down, clouds coming down, clouds coming down. And the clouds coming down, clouds coming down, clouds coming down. I got 2 little feet. 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 Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce our speaker. Rev Nicole Merges uses a lighthearted yet deeply spiritual approach to live the principles and practices that the science of mind teaches. She believes that everyone has a unique gift to give the world, and that by exploring and living our spiritual life, we create a fulfilling and purposeful life for ourselves. She is an ordained Centers for Spiritual Living minister and is currently the Spiritual Development Education Manager at our home office. Her responsibilities include certificated and practitioner education, spiritual living circles, and managing the CSL online education program. Reverend Nicole.
Good morning, Salt Lake Center for Spiritual Living. I'm so grateful to be with you here today. It's a bit of deja vu. I was here in June, and Mindy was our special music, so I love that, and I loved your song, Mindy, and I'm excited to hear what you have next. And I love this center and community, and I admire and adore all of you, and so it's always a good day when I'm here. And there is something else I love. I love the fact that Centers for Spiritual Living puts out these monthly themes and talk titles. I love it because, one, it makes my life easier, right? I can just come in and say, sure, I'll jump in and talk about whatever's on that week. But there's actually another reason why I really love it. It's because that centers around the world are talking about the same theme and the same topic today. We have centers in South America, in Mexico, in Thailand, in California, in Florida, in New York, everywhere, in Utah here, we're talking about the same message. And that is really cool. And if we go home, we can actually Google Facebook and YouTube and hear how all these centers around the world have interpreted this message. because we have a message of transformation, a message of science of mind that is being broadcast in the world that takes this small center, well, maybe it's not small, this vibrant, beautiful community here in Salt Lake. We're not only learning these principles here, but we're part of a worldwide movement that is broadcasting and getting the message of science of mind out. I don't know about you, but I have been truly transformed by these teachings, and I'm daily renewed by these teachings. It's what gives me life. It's what allows me to navigate life in trust and faith in something greater than myself. And as was spoken here through the words of Farrell and Rick and Mindy, that the road does get rocky sometimes. And the theme that we're talking about this under is the theme of reaching higher. And reaching higher in consciousness means to me of growing and evolving, because that's the nature of life. Just like a seed grows roots and then sprouts, they grow towards the light. And we, as human beings, we're part of that life, and we are also growing towards truth and to the light of who we are. And sometimes when we push past our comfort zone, or when we find new versions of ourselves and new ways to live, sometimes we can do that when we experience peak experiences. But other times, and maybe I say more often than not, our greatest learning comes from our greatest despair. Wouldn't you agree? Think about it. Think about your greatest learning. Did that come from a time of joy, or did it come from a time of despair? It could have come from both. But I know that my deepest insights have come from my darkest nights. And it doesn't feel good, and sometimes it's tough, but there's something that we gain from reaching higher and expanding and growing our own consciousness. So when I looked at this title today, When the Road Gets Rocky, I really had an objection with the word when, right? Because, I don't know, think about the past 2 years, turn on the news, turn on the TV. I don't know about you, but the road seems pretty rocky out there. I feel like I'm driving on a 4x4 trail in a Jeep trying to climb over the rock of the pandemic, right? Trying to steer around the potholes of despair and divisiveness. Trying to navigate misinformation and what's true and what's not, dodging murder hornets, steering around natural disasters. You turn on the news, you hear earthquake, fire, hurricane, tropical storm. It's enough to just drive you into a hole and never want to come out again. And then to top that all off, we have our own personal rockiness, our own personal experiences. I've experienced a loss this week. I lost my cousin in a tragic accident, and I know that I'm not alone, because a lot of us unexpectedly have lost loved ones this year. I worked so hard last year that I experienced this tremendous anxiety and pain and suffering that I've never experienced before. And I've had physical challenges, mental challenges, health challenges. My God, I live in a different state than my husband. It's hard. It's hard. But it isn't about the rocky road. It's about how we drive through life, how we navigate those bumps and twists and turns that come our way. And I think that there's 3 points that we can do this, we can navigate life with. 1 is we can accept that life is a mystery. 2, we can know and have faith and trust that there is a divine intelligence working in and through and as us, no matter if we're experiencing the peak moments of joys or the epitome of the despair. And the third is to know that whatever gets in our way is often the way through. And that's the good news and the bad news. You see, life is a mystery. Nobody knows why we come here. Nobody knows how we come here, aside from the scientific fact, but we don't really know. That's a mystery. Nobody knows when our time is up here or what happens after we leave this plane. There are many theories. There are many people who postulate, but we really, truly don't know. That's a mystery. And every point in between, when we get here and when we leave, is also a mystery. It's uncertain. We're only promised this moment now. And so we have to learn how to accept that life is a mystery. And it's how we navigate that mystery of life that determines how we experience the rocky road. You see, we can navigate the life consciously or unconsciously. We can navigate life as a victim, blaming and pointing fingers, or know that life is always operating through us and as us. Life, when I mean life, I mean God, I mean the universe, I mean whatever divine reality, whatever name you ascribe to it. Or we can operate life as a mystic. We could be optimistic or pessimistic. But in all seriousness, I mean that literally we can operate life as a mystic. And what I mean by that, we can know that there is a spiritual truth that belies all circumstances and belies all condition, is the very truth and essence of our life. A Zen master was speaking at a lecture, and a very enthusiastic student asked him a question. And he said, "Zen master, can you sum up Buddhism in a sentence? I want to make sure I understand it." Well, when he asked the question, everyone in the audience laughed. And the Zen master laughed, and he quickly said, "Everything changes, next question." And so the truth is that everything changes, that nothing here is permanent in our outer world. Nothing is permanent. We are temporary. Our situation is temporary. Our conditions are temporary. Everything changes. So when we navigate the rocky road, we cannot put our power in the disease. We cannot put our power in the conditions that are in front of us, because they will change and the road will surely be rocky. But what we can do is we can put our trust and faith in the changeless. We can put our trust and faith in the changeless, in the spiritual truth of who we are. And that spiritual truth is that there is a divine intelligence that is operating in each and every moment. It is operating in and through and as everyone and everything in my life, in your life, whether I experience the ecstasy of joy, the pinnacle of joy, or the dredges of despair. That divine intelligence is with us all the time. It is what beats our heart, breathes our breath, heals our cuts and wounds. It is present with us all the time, awaiting our recognition of it. You know, in 2012 to 2014, I had some really rough years. I had just left the center in Draper to support my daughter being a figure skater, and I kept my online ministry, and so that was going to be my source of income. My husband, Pete, was working a job that didn't pay well, that just barely made ends meet. I still have a house in Big Cottonwood Canyon that needed a lot of construction and repair, and it was tough. My ministry was not producing what the vision of my ministry was. It was not the reality. And we were barely making ends meet. I was doing everything I could to make the bills that month. Every day, this probably is not an exaggeration, Pete and I would have some kind of argument about finances, about whether we should sell our house and just quit what we were doing and let go of everything, maybe take Allison out of skating, maybe do this, do that. I mean, it was rough. And so one day I had a solution. I thought I was just going to let go of everything that I worked for, and I was going to get a real job, because that would take care of it. If I brought in money, right? If I brought in money, I would ease our financial situation, which would maybe ease the arguments and so I had this great solution. I created this great plan, and I went to Pete and I said, I have an idea. I'm just going to give up the ministry and get a real job. And he said to me, no, don't do that. And I was like, well, wait. This would take care of our finances. We'd have more money in the bank. We'd less argue. And he said, no, don't do that. You work too hard to get where you are. And so I thought, well, what am I supposed to do, right? What am I supposed to do? We're barely making ends meet. I don't know that I can continue this way for much longer. And so I realized that I had to ground myself in truth. I had to ground myself and develop my relationship with the divine in such a way that I could trust that life was unfolding perfectly. And so I sought help from practitioners to know the truth about me. I deepened my spiritual practice. I lived a life aligned with the truth of who I was. And I ended up visioning. And I make this sound simple and easy, and I'll tell you in a little bit why it wasn't. But one day, I opened my email, and out of the blue came a job posting. And wouldn't you know that in the description of the job posting were the same exact words I had on my visioning board. And I knew that was my job. So I called Pete, and I told him I had a job. And he said, well, when do you start? And I said, well, I have to interview first. But I knew, I just knew that was my job. And so now, here I am, the Spiritual Development Education Manager, who's running an online education program, which I know a couple of you here. Hildreth just graduated. Sue is in one of the classes. I've talked to Rob Ekman. We service 100 students plus students a term, teaching science of mind principles and practices all over the world, from foundations to licensed practitioners. The vision of my ministry was fulfilled in a way that I couldn't even imagine. And it wouldn't have been fulfilled if I just got the real job, if I tried to control what was happening outside of me. Now, I say that I was going to tell you why it wasn't easy, because as you cultivate the relationship with the divine, things come up, right? So here comes up my self-doubt, which I had a lot of. And wow, I have to deal with that. Here comes my critical self. Here comes my mother issues. Here comes my prosperity consciousness and how I think and lack, and oh my goodness. I had to deal with every single one of those things in order to reach higher and grow and expand in my own consciousness. And that is not easy, but it is way, way worth it. If you could just stay the course, take the hard classes in nursing school, knowing that there is great wisdom that comes from that. Conquer the self-doubt and the critical self. Because when we do, we grow and expand, and our life, we just gain wisdom and insights that we need to be able to continue through our journey of life. There once was a king who held an experiment. He wanted to see what the townspeople would do if he put a boulder in the middle of the road. So he did. He put that boulder in the middle of the road, and he went to hide and see what everyone would do. So as he was watching people's reactions, he would see that people would just walk down the road and walk around the boulder. Or people would come out and protest and blame the king for putting the boulder in the middle of the road, and what is he going to do, and why isn't he going to move the boulder, but never moving the boulder themselves. And then one day a peasant came with a load of vegetables in a wheelbarrow. He saw the boulder, he put down his wheelbarrow, and he tried and tried and tried and spent hours trying to move this boulder, pushing it, wiggling it. And after just pushing and exerting so much energy, he finally moved the boulder off the road. So tired and exhausted, he went back to get his load of vegetables. And he saw in the middle of the road, right where the boulder was, a purse. So he picked up the purse, which was full of gold coins, and a note from the king that said, "This gold belongs to anyone who moved the boulder." And from that day forward, the peasant's life was changed. And so I ask you, what is in your way of reaching higher? What is in your way from living the life that you imagine and that you want to live? What is in your way from experiencing the truth of our nature? Because if you can define that, you know the way forward. You know the way forward. So again, when the road gets rocky, remember and accept that life is uncertain, that life is a mystery, that we have no idea what's going to happen from moment by moment, and detach yourself from what's happening outside of you and have faith and trust in the divine intelligence that lives within you. We may not know the answer to why, but we can trust that the why is being taken care of, that there's a divine intelligence that knows so much. It is that divine intelligence that has run through your life to bring you here to this moment in time. And to know that whatever obstacle, whatever boulder, whatever rock, maybe it's a pebble, whatever is in our way, that is the way to reach higher, to live a life that is fulfilling. And Ernest Holmes says that divine intelligence, I'm going to find my quote so I get it right, divine intelligence working through me always knows just what I need and always supplies it just when I need it. I'm going to repeat that. Divine intelligence working through me always knows just what I need and always supplies it when I need it. And so when the road gets rocky, have faith and trust in our spiritual nature and our spiritual truth, for that will show us the way through. Namaste. So now let us pray. Let us just take a few deep breaths and recognize that there is a divine truth that is present in its allness, its fullness, its wholeness, in this eternal moment of now. That there is one life, and that one life expresses itself through what is seen and unseen, known and unknown, imagined and unimagined. It is out of this one life that all things have been brought forth into this world. For we are all one with this life. This life lives and breathes me, lives and breathes each one of us here. And it is so present in every aspect of our life, in the ecstasy of joy and the heights of happiness, in the drudges of despair and the unexpected. This one life is a constant in each of our lives. And so I know that when the road gets rocky, that we can trust, that I can trust that this one life living as me is the changeless in the changing world. And that this one life can carry me through this rocky, maybe, possibly existence, reaching higher and expanding my consciousness and knowing that there is one life and one divine intelligence in operation here. So I know that this truth, that is the truth of me, is the truth of each and every one here. That each of us can rely on the divine intelligence that is innate within each one of us. And as we deepen and develop our relationship, the wisdom and the insights that we need come. And they move us through whatever the mystery of life is at that moment. And so I'm so grateful to anchor myself in this truth, to know that this is not only the truth of me, but this is the truth of each and every one of us. And to know that as I speak my word, that I release it into the law of mind that always says yes, that manifests this prayer so perfectly for each one of us. And so I just let it be. And together we say, and so it is.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I give. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
So now is the time in the service where we get to practice. We get to practice knowing that there is a divine intelligence and a divine truth, and that as we give from that place, knowing that we shall receive, not because we're giving to get, but because we're giving to reach higher and expand our consciousness and know that as we give, we shall receive. So whether it's a gift of energy, money, please take your gift in your hand and hold it in your heart and repeat after me. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Filled with gratitude, I let this be, and so it is.
All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. I've been set free, I'm released. I've been set free, I'm released. The burden of my past has gone away at last. I've been set free, I'm released. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me. The light of love and grace shines upon my face. All that I need comes to me. All that I need comes to me.
Let's hear some more from the marvelous Mindy Dillard.
Hello again. So I was just thinking, do y'all ever have weird dreams at all? Yes? No? What do I take that for? Tell me. Yes? Well, yes, I think I hear some yeses. So I had this really weird dream about a year ago. I was taking an anatomy class, which is, a prerequisite for nursing school. And I had this dream where my anatomy teacher handed me my guitar. And I took that as like, oh, this is the right path. Like, things are integrating. Dreams are so weird and really cool. So we're going to change our boulder on our rocky road into a mountain for this song, and I'm going to sing it for you. It's called The Mountain, and I wrote it about 12 years ago, really early on my songwriting journey, actually. So. I have to move a mountain by tomorrow night, and I don't feel ready. My shoes fit too tight. The heat here doesn't work. You're still here, so is all the hurt. And I cannot move mountains, but they cannot move me. The age-old fight, I'm fierce and bright. I'm working, find out what we need. I'll have to climb the mountain. I can't move it all at once, but I can climb and I can find a mine. Go deep for the treasure I am seeking. I'm climbing up the mountain on my own 2 feet. I'm here right now with trembling knees, working, find out what we need. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Mindy. You know, I'm so glad you picked up that guitar and that banjo and started writing songs. What a gift you are. A singing nurse. I affirm that. And thank you, Rev Nicole. What a marvelous message. Very powerful. Wow. So I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna make some Rocky Road ice cream out of that. Yeah. Great stuff. Thank you for coming, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed, wonderful week. Keep in mind what Sue Gardner told us about upcoming events, some classes, the Taizé service, all kinds of great stuff coming up. You know our website, www.spirituallyfree.org. Tune in. Thank you, Ricardo. That's so.
Hildreth says if you are interested in reconvening the youth ministry, please come to the meeting at 12:15? 12:15.
Very good.
Yay.
And thank you, Hildreth. Wow, stepping up. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
Youth church coming back. Fantastic. So, affirming you are a light. You are a light in this world. Let's everybody sing along.